Hey, what's up? You're watching Swifty, and in this episode, we're going to cover a scenario where it's recommended to use unowned references combined with implicitly unwrapped optionals. So this is something that's recommended when you have two properties referencing the other's instances, and both properties should always have a value, and neither of them should ever be nil after initialization. And we're going to explore this concept by modeling a country and a capital, where the country always has to have a capital, and the capital always has to have a country. So the person and apartment example we did is an example where both properties can be nil, and there is a strong reference cycle potential, and the strong reference solution is use a weak reference. In the customer credit card example, the credit card property never can be nil, and the customer can be nil, and the credit card's customer property can never be nil. The solution is to use an unowned reference. There's a third scenario though. Let's say that both properties must always have a value, and in this scenario we should combine an unowned reference with a implicitly unwrapped property. And our example is going to be a country and a city. So let's define this class of country. It has a name, string, var capital city, city, init, name, string, capital name, string, self.name equals name, self.capital city equals city, and we haven't defined that yet, so I'm going to define it right here. Let name equals string unowned. Let country be of type country. Init name string country country. Self.name equals name. Self.country equals country. And we're going to instantiate this city, and we're going to give it a name, capital name, and the country is going to be self. So no memory has been allocated yet because we haven't created the instances of these classes we've defined. And you can see the interdependence with the initializer for the city taking a country, which is then stored in the country property here. And the initializer for the city is called within the initializer for the country. However, the initializer for the country cannot pass the instance of self to the city initializer until the country class has been instantiated. To cope with this, we are declaring the capital city property as an implicitly unwrapped optional. Because capital city has a default value of nil, it has a default value, therefore, as soon as the self.name is given, all the properties in this class instance will be given a value, and therefore self can be accessed. Now we can create a country and a capital city in a single statement, and we can access the capital city without needing to handle optionals. For example, we can do this: country dot name capital city is called country capital city. So let's go through and sketch. So first these are defined, but then we get to line 25. The right side of the assignment operator is executed, and so it sees that a country is trying to be instantiated. It jumps to the initializer and passes in Canada as the name constructor argument and Ottawa as the capital name constructor argument, and then it runs line 11. So it assigns the name as Canada, and then the country is initialized. Then the capital city name, the property on this country, is given a value of a city. Then the property on the country, capital city. Then line 12 is reached, and the right side is run first. A city is attempted to be instantiated, and it's given the capital name that is passed in here. It's also passed in here, so the execution jumps to the city initializer, and the capital name that was passed in here is passed in here for the name property. And so it's assigned to the name property of the city, and country is given a value. So then a city instance is allocated in memory, and the city has an unowned reference to the country after the instantiation of the city is complete, and the capital city references the city. Execution jumps over here, so we have the country fully instantiated, the initializer has run its course, and it's given the name country. So